Acharya News. We present news across the campus. This is Ishita Mahapatra.
This is Anupam presenting you September-October month's bulletin.
Let's look into the headlines. Acharya Institute of Graduate Studies hosts graduation ceremony for the 2019-2022 batch.
MBA Department of AIGS organizes a guest lecture on internship and placement opportunities. BB Aviation Department organizes a guest talk on counseling and advice in the aviation sector.
The 13th graduation day ceremony held recently at Acharya campus in the month of September 2022.
The principal and chief guests, along with the departing students, were led to the stage by Vadyam team and NCC cadets. The program began with a welcome dance performed by the students from the AIGS cultural team. The lamp lighting ceremony came next with Professor Lingaraja Gandhi, BCU's Vice Chancellor, serving as the ceremony's chief guest. Following that, he thanked the graduating students in front of the audience. The honorees, Sri Ramesh N. and Sri Sanjot Shah, the principal of Acharya NRV School of Architecture, congratulated the students and expressed their best wishes for the future. The outgoing students received certificates and prizes from their respective HODs. During the occasion, Ignite, the AIGS magazine, held its inaugural ceremony.
The AIGS MBA Department hosts a guest lecture on internship and placement opportunities. The resource person Dr. Bharat Bhushan, Head of Placement and Training, delivered the talk.
The MBA Department of AIGS hosted a guest lecture on internship and placement opportunities for the students in September 2022. Dr. Bharat Bhushan, Head of Placement and Training at AIGS, served as the resource person to help the students comprehend the significance of internship and placement chances in the corporate sector. Additionally, he discussed how capable the world is as well as how to distinguish out from the competition during a job interview. The theme was centered on how and what skills needed to be developed to maintain employment rather than finding employment.
The festival of Navaratri, also known as the Nine Nights, is one of the most popular and widely celebrated festivals in India. It is the devotion of the goddess Durga, which is worshipped throughout these 9 days. Let's look at the unique tale.
India is a beautiful country where the people celebrate every occasion with majesty and eagerness. Dussehra is one of the blissful celebrations that marks the end of Navratri. The occasion celebrates Lord Rama's triumph over Ravana. It also honors the demon Mahishasura's defeat by the goddess Durga. Along with the fireworks, Ravan effigies are burnt in many places on this day to represent the triumph of good over evil. India's western and northern parts get ready for Navratri, while the eastern and northeastern regions celebrate Durga Puja. The idols of goddess Durga are placed for veneration in pandals. On the last day, they are moved to the nearby rivers or seas and sunk. During the 9-day celebration of Navratri, which is commemorated by clothing in a new color each day, the goddess Durga's 9 avatars are honored. Dussehra is celebrated on the 10th day. During Navratri, a 10-day celebration known as Mysore Dasara, lasts all the way up till Vijayadashami. One of the most eagerly awaited occasions in the city of Mysore, this festival is commonly referred to as the Royal Festival due to its boisterous atmosphere. The ceremony has a close connection to the myth of Chamundeshwari, the goddess of Chamundi Hill, who is credited with restoring the victory of good over evil by destroying the monster Mahishasura, a buffalo-headed demon. Jambu Savari or decorated elephant processions are used to mark the festival of Vijayadashami, the last day of Dasara. These decorated elephants spend the entire year training for this occasion in order to carry the statues of goddess Chamundeshwari during the procession. The Mysore Palace is lit by 1 lakh light bulbs. The Mysore Palace hosts a variety of religious and cultural activities from Karnataka during the course of these 10 days.
To raise awareness of the scope and opportunities in the aviation industry, the BBA Aviation Department hosted a guest lecture on counseling and advice in the aviation sector for the first semester students.
The Department of Aviation Management hosted a guest lecture on counseling and advice for the first semester BBA Aviation students in the month of September 2022 to raise knowledge of the scope and potential in the aviation industry. Dr. Manmohan, the speaker and head of Department of Aeronautical Engineering, covered all the key sectors, procedures, structural underpinnings and regulatory and economic context of the aviation industry in his discussion on aviation management. By engaging in a hands-on exercise, students actively engaged in the event and received information.
Mr. Manjunath R., Head of Mark Education Academy, trained management students through a week-long value-added certificate course on Tally, emphasizing financial accounting.
Mr. Manjunath R., Head of Mark Education Academy, the resource person, led a certificate course on financial accounting for the undergraduate students at Acharya Institutes of Graduate Studies in September. The course was offered to AIGS management students. The resource person took control of the dais and introduced the course by outlining the function of Tally and the use of accounting ideas, tools, and strategies in particular business contexts. He then went into detail on how Tally may be used to keep a track of finances and how crucial things like invoicing, receipt notes, sale records, credit notes, accounting, inventory, banking, and taxation are to this process. For students to find jobs at reputable firms, this training proved useful. The course was attended by UG BBA students and members of the AIGS faculty.
Deepavali celebrates the victory of our inner light over spiritual darkness, the triumph of wisdom over ignorance, and the victory of good over evil. Here is the Deepavali special report.
Deepavali, which translates as Rose of Light in English, is one of India's most significant holidays. It represents the start of Indian fiscal year and is mysteriously linked to Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity. There are several legends relating to Deepavali, and there are several stories that surround the Deepavali festival in both the northern and the southern parts of the nation. Hindu mythology states that The reason for Deepavali celebrations in the northern part of India is because Lord Rama, Devi Sita, brother Lakshmana returned after 14 years of Vanvas and defeated King Ravana. In the southern part of India, Deepavali is celebrated as the day Lord Krishna in the avatar of Satyabhama defeated Narakasura on Naraka Chaturdashi, which falls the day before Deepavali to honor the defeat of Narakasura by Lord Krishna. There are different methods to celebrate Deepavali around the country. People in the southern region take oil baths, decorate their houses, light diyas, make rangolis, and worship goddess Lakshmi on this day to rejoice. Additionally, people sacrifice fish, hibiscus flowers, and other things to goddess Kali in various parts of northern India. After Deepavali, several more 5-day celebrations are held, including Dhanteras, Naraka Chaturdashi, Lakshmi Puja, Govardhan Puja, and Bhai Dooj. Deepavali represents the triumph of good over evil, light over darkness, and knowledge over ignorance.
The Onam festival, which is thought to mark the return of benevolent and beloved demon king Mahabali, was celebrated on Acharya College campus. Let's take a glance.
Onam, Kerala's biggest festival, celebrates the return of King Mahabali. All religions, castes and communities celebrate the festival with enthusiasm. Acharya students revealed the Onam's name as Timirpu in a flash mob a day before the program. The college was decorated with flowers and leaf hangings. Shinkari Melam, Pulikali and Talapuli by the students kicked off the celebrations. All the students along with the faculty were ready for the celebrations in ethnic clothings. Shingari Melam, along with the student who dressed up like King Mahabali, began at the college gate and ended on the college ground. The colourful cultural programs were well received.
The Indian action thriller Kantara by Shetty broke all previous records in the movie industry. Let's have a detailed review of this movie.
The age-old yet always pertinent topic of who owns the land is posed in Rishabh Shetty's most recent Kannada film Kantara. The people, the landlord or the monarch are all respectable choices. Due to the fact that the land is eternal, neither does its owner, the eternal one, nature itself. The triangle antagonism appears throughout the whole screenplay, with jumps from 1847 through 1970 to 1990s. A disgruntled monarch marked the beginning of this entire drama. Kantara is a powerhouse just like its topic. It veers and accelerates with ferocity and unpredictability. A distinctive flavor is provided by the yearly buffalo darting celebration known as Kambada. The villagers hunt for wild boars and the Bhutakola festival honoring the Panjurli deity. The colors yell and the cameras shake all at once. It's a visual feast to see the rain batter the dense forest, the fire torches shine through the pitch black evenings, and the camera sweep across the open countryside. The piece's initial tension is brought back by putting the cops, the tenants, and the landlord into a triangle. The police officer is presented as evil, whilst the landlord appears sympathetic, giving the narrative a wild and unexpected pace. But the clash between the police and the locals is not as straightforward. The protection of the land is the duty of the forest rangers, and the preservation of the villagers' way of life is their responsibility. It even makes a suggestion at the subtextual subtle treachery of the narrative. A cop like Murli, who is only doing out his duty, is turned into a villain when he doesn't have to be. Kantara is centered on Shiva, and it succeeds beautifully. Because he lacks so much depth, he comes out as a stereotype with little potential for engagement. It just intensifies the sense of absurdity when he turns out not to be a villain. The viewers won't be shocked or surprised by Achyut Kumar's landlord role flip as a good person turned wicked. Since Shetty doesn't attempt to conceal his nefarious intents, Shiva's dubious interactions with the other characters, notably his relative, Swaraj Shetty's character as Guruva, the deity manifested in the Bhutkola celebration, who is brutally slain, cause Kantara to stay imbalanced. The picture finds new energy and a fresh emotional punch in the final 30 minutes, when it completely commits to its strongest suit, the magnificent action sequences. It is possible to view Arvind Kashyap's cinematography as a performance in and of itself, since it is so confident and dynamic. When filming a fight scene in a puddle on a wet night, the camera spins around frantically, tilting the frame and enhancing the frenetic choreography of the fight. A benign ruler is still a ruler, and rights that have been stolen will be taken away once more. This is Kantara's most thundering roar mirrored in these occurrences.
That's it from Newsroom.
Thank you for watching Acharya News.
Please do follow us on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube at CUB Reporters Club.
Stay tuned for more updates.